All right. Hello, class again. Um, this is Bill. I'm here with Renee again, and I thought we'd go into a little bit different direction. First of all, Renee is taking care of his mother-in-law at home now, and the other aspect I thought might be interesting to talk about is the cultural difference between here and Brazil. My wife is Brazilian. I lived in Brazil for 2 years, but it became apparent to me uh, that was also there's a cultural difference in how we take care of the family.
Right, absolutely. For instance, in my family, my sister took care of my father, took care of my aunt, took care of my grandmother. As she brought them to her house and took care of them. I never had the chance to take care of anybody because I came to the U.S. So my sister took care of all the elderly in the family. But now I'm giving the chance, and so it's a good experience. It's so to speak a sanctifying experience.
How is that a challenge sometimes?
It is a challenge. I see many similarities with the group of guys that I used to teach that had drug problems because their short-term memory was short-circuit, and that's very similar because she tells me something in the morning, in the afternoon, she tells me that same thing about 2 or 3 times. She forgets that she already told me. And she forgets where she puts things, and it takes me a long time to find things around the kitchen. Every day she puts a different place.
Yeah.
Yesterday she was looking all over the place for a container of food, and was helping her. Finally decided to warm up my dinner, and I opened the microwave and the container was there. She had put it to warm up and forgot about it.
Yeah.
So that happens every day, but it comes with nature.
And how is that experience for your daughter? Right? She's because I think that's part of raising the kids too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great thing to have a grandmother at home. She loves it because the grandmother matches the. I saw once a lecture on the issue of a relationship between grandparents and children, and in the sense that, oh, look at how they walk. The children walk slowly, the elderly walk slowly. Children are learning, and the elderly forgot most things, so they have to relearn. So
Yeah.
there's a great match.
Yeah. And what about the cultural aspect? Do you see that? Are you able to? Do you think bring that into your home the extensive care like your sister had for your grandparents?
Well, I was not there when my sister was taking care of my grandmother and
Yeah.
then my father, so I don't know how was that experience for her.
Yeah.
I know that it was healing for her because she was the one that gave most headache to my father as a teenager, and then as growing up, she really drove my father up the walls. Now, by taking care of him in his elderly days, she sort of paid back what she was owing.
Yeah. That's interesting. In how would you compare the Brazilian and the U.S. Uh, approach or the attitude towards the older family members?
Well, it's sort of tradition there that you take care of your elderly. You don't put them in an old folks' home or facilities unless they are really sick and need medical attention. You just bring them to your home, or you go live with them and do something like that and take care of them. So part of life. They took care of you when you were a baby. They changed your diapers. It's not fair to abandon them when they're in their need of being taken care of.
Yeah. I don't see that as strong in the United States.
Yeah, yeah. I observed that too. Most friends that I have, their parents are either somewhere retirement homes or this or that. So it's a different culture.
Yeah, and it's interesting because even among our group, our Bible, our book study here, several very strong Christians who've thought it was appropriate to put their parents in nursing homes, but that's something I don't think I've never heard anyone doing that in Brazil.
No, there aren't many nursing homes in Brazil, as far as I know. Maybe they have been growing after I moved to the States, but by the time I was there, I haven't heard of any nursing homes. There are hospitals when you are really sick, but not nursing homes when you're older. No.
Yeah. And what happens when somebody doesn't have family? What happens in those cases?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if the government has some programs, and I don't know of anyone who didn't have family.
Yeah. I think sometimes, I wonder sometimes when people say they don't have family, what that truly means. Is there, if that means they don't have anybody at all, or does it mean that they don't have close family and the more distant relatives have kind of forgotten them?
Yeah, good question. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think causes that difference? Do you have anything you've observed that would explain that difference in approach, that different culture?
Well, there's something I observe in the culture here, and it's probably seeping into Brazil these days too. It's a culture of me. What's in it for me to do something? And there isn't anything for me to take care of my mother-in-law. There isn't really anything except that it's something that someone that needs the care, and I'm there and I can do it because I work from home. My schedule is flexible, so I can do it because I can do it. And if she needs, it's a good match.
Yeah, yeah. It's yeah, I think that's the good point. It's a self-gratification in our society. I don't think we were here 100 years ago, but yeah, that's a very interesting point, and it's interesting how what you suggested it may be spreading now,
Yeah,
but there's that strong sense of identity of the family.
yeah.
I've always observed. Someone said, and maybe you could, I'd like to hear your thoughts with regards to the sense of family. In Brazil, when you meet someone, a lot of times you talk about who are you in terms of your family,
Yes,
where in the US, you talk about who you are in terms of your job.
exactly. That's an interesting difference, and the relationships and family relationships and the name of your family carries with you. So people, my son who is now living in Brazil, he always talks about that he's recognized because of the name that he carries, because my ex-wife came from a good family and that has had some weight to carry in the town of Sao Paulo, and he's recognized because of that. So it's interesting. Over here, like you mentioned, it's more about your job. What do you do?
Yeah. Yeah, those cultural differences, I think, I have found interesting as we talk about the elderly, that in some cultures we really take it seriously, and I think the U.S. is where
Right.
we've really seen that dissipate. All right. Well, thank you again. I appreciate it,
You're
and
welcome.
I think the class will enjoy this. Thank you.
You're welcome.